Hello friends, today's video is about where our energy is stored. Why sometimes we feel apathetic and not interested in life. Why it seems like we don't want anything or don't know what it is we want. So today we will touch why this happens and what to do about it, how to get connection back with your energy source and with your true needs and true desires. My name is Marina Robbins. I am a Gestalt therapist, a voice coach, and I use the voice as the tool of transformation. I use the voice as a diagnostic tool because your voice never lies. What's happening with you truly inside of your body, inside of your mind, on emotional level, on physical level, everything is transmitted by your voice and broadcasted outside. Your voice is the bridge between your inner world and the outside world. Voice is an excellent tool to find what's going on and make the change through the voice. Because when we change your voice, you tap into a new personality, a new way of being, a new version of yourself. The one maybe you were striving to become for a long time, but the voice makes it possible for you. The video today is about losing our energy and finding our energy and how is voice connected to this. First of all, a lot of us grew up with the idea that anger is not an emotion to be experienced, that anger is bad, and that if you experience anger, if you feel angry, somehow that makes you bad. But think how ridiculous this is. If you are hurt, if you don't like something and you are being hurt and you become angry about it, you are considered to be an abuser. Like, somehow it is wrong to feel bad, it is wrong to be hurt. It's just ridiculous, but this is what a lot of us grew up in. A lot of kids, when they first learn their emotions, when they first want to express what they are, whether they like something or not, it's about setting boundaries, right? And the moment you try to set your boundary and say, this is not for me, I want that, and you establish who you are, you establish your personality, your needs, and in this moment, your parent or your caretaker or the society, they tell you, I don't like that emotion. You are not following my rules and my guidance here, and therefore this emotion is bad. They teach you to suppress your anger. They teach you to not listen to yourself and follow somebody else's lead in order to be loved and to be accepted. So this is how this pattern starts to be formed. When at first you learned that for showing your anger you're going to be punished, then next time you try to show it, you're already very careful, and the next time you would not even show your anger, you will keep it to yourself. But the next time you would not even feel what you really want and desire, because what's the point of having any connection with your true feelings, your true needs, if they're not going to be fulfilled anyway, if there is no mechanism by which you can protect your interest. Unfortunately, a lot of people keep living in this pattern for a long time throughout their life. And at first we follow the societal norms. At first we follow the path that was laid out for us by our parents, by the society, by our culture. Let's say you should be married by this time, you should have this kid at that time, your second kid at that time, you should have this job or that job or education, the normal path. But there comes a moment of so-called midlife crisis when suddenly you realize, I have no energy. Maybe something in the early age your body could compensate When you are not in touch with yourself in your 20s and you're still going on this willpower, maybe it works. Not for everybody, but for some people who are really strong, it really works for them for a period of time. But then there is a moment when the body starts breaking. This numbness towards your own desires and your own needs, it manifests in absence of energy. Suddenly, this apathy, nothing is interesting, nothing seems to be exciting. Like, I have tried everything, I've done everything I was supposed to be doing, and what? There's nothing left. There's no passion. There's no passion in life, no curiosity left. Because what's happening inside is, if you've been ignoring your needs for such a long time, and maybe they still live somewhere inside, but there is absolutely no access to them. Because the moment you start accessing your needs, your true desires, that energy rises up, the energy to go get them, that excitement comes up. But because it's so related to the anger and that energy, they're kind of like one source of energy. And you have learned that experiencing that rise of energy is a bad thing for yourself, you suppress it. And you suppress it once and twice, three times, until there is no energy left, until there is only apathy and lack of interest in life. What is left? The good news, it doesn't have to stay this way. This is the pattern that was learned by you a long time ago. But we can go into your voice, into your psyche, and see what's going on, see your process for what it is, and unfold it and rewrite that story. That next time you feel the rise of energy, you grasp to it and you follow the lead in order to get to that desire, that dream, something that was inspiring that source of energy, to go get that dream. And when you go after that goal, suddenly more energy appears. Suddenly you have more interest in life, more curiosity, because now you are in this mode. You are being heard by yourself. Tell me if this resonates with you. Write in the comments, how does it manifest for you? Maybe you feel at certain age that something happened with your health when you were not listening to yourself. Maybe you also felt the lack of energy. How was it for you? Are you in touch with your anger, or do you think anger is a bad emotion? Share in the comments. I'm really curious to learn from you what is your experience with this emotion. Next, how is the voice related to this whole anger situation? When I diagnose my clients, I listen carefully to what their voices are telling me. If there is lack of energy in the voice, if the voice is kind of mumbling, there is not enough articulation, if there is not enough energy behind the voice, the volume is down, the pace can be either very hectic or very slow, monotone, kind of losing energy and losing interest. People do not follow such voices for a long time. It's very hard to stay focused on that speech. And so people like this feel like they are not being heard. The voice leads us towards the internal process. This is what's happening inside of the person. This is the lack of energy. I hear it in the voice. Once this diagnostic is done, we start looking for the perfect voice you would like to have. And the perfect voice is the reflection of the perfect identity, perfect in the quotes. That dream self, the dream voice represents that dream self that you imagine yourself to be. And when we go after that dream self, we look at the details of that personality, who that person is, what they're interested in, how much energy they have, How passionate are they about life? Sounds very cheesy. Passionate about life. But yes, truly. Actually, I put passion and curiosity together. In my opinion, when you are passionate about life, you are curious about many things. You want to try yourself as in this role, in that role. You want to try yourself in that hobby and in this travel. Interests come around. So, through the voice, we come together with to the point where we understand this is what is given to us, this is our current situation, and this is where we want to go. And this is where the work starts on the voice and on the psyche level. On the voice level, I offer practical exercises, vocal exercises to build the strength in the voice, something like the belting technique. This is a sound of a very strong voice you can have. Anybody can have that voice. Even if you consider yourself to have a very shy expression and a low volume of the voice, belting is available to you. So once we build that belting sound and you connect to the great power inside of you, which happens with minimum effort from your body, but suddenly you produce a really strong sound that is just filling in the whole room, and your neighbors go, wow, what's that? Once you connect to that power inside of you, you connect to the source of that energy, the anger that lives inside. I also deliberately invite you to experience anger right in front of me. I will ask you to throw things, to scream, to yell, to be really there. And you will get in touch with it again. What is so therapeutic about doing it with another person is because in that moment, your mind relearns that I can be angry and I can express my anger in front of another human being and be okay, be accepted, not rejected. I can be different, is what you learn in this experience. It's a beautiful process because it unpacks so much energy for you. Suddenly you feel that you feel that you have a right to go after your dream, to go after your desires, to become different, to be different, to be like this today and like that tomorrow, and change throughout the day and have a different personality with this person and with that person, and basically play with your reality and with yourself. The voice here becomes your friend, becomes the tool by which we understand what's going on and by which we start accessing those locked up layers of your psyche, locked up parts of you that are holding that energy you are striving for. So if you like this video, I ask you to subscribe to my channel. There will be more videos related to the work I'm doing and to our psychology, to personal transformations, where your voice can lead you, how to allow yourself more freedom of self-expression, how to be expressed on social media, how to basically accept yourself more and more and become wholesome, find that integrity in yourself. Hit subscribe button, put like for this video if you enjoyed this one, and I see you next time.